Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 962nd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I put onto YouTube. In this battle, we're going to have a look at great team work in attack. Okay, what you're going to see in this battle is a really great display of teamwork in an attacking mode. You'll see what I mean as you watch the battle, but also you're going to see an old school surge attack as well. Okay, this is fought on one of our original maps, a Germanic forest map, where you've got the big open plains if you want to fight out in the open there, or you've got the woods if you want to hide troops in the woods and spring those nasty ambushes onto enemy troops. And of course the barbarian faction gets the winter bonus and the woods bonus as well. So that's a good move by Romex, bringing Britannia. I think he's getting a lot of bonus on this map. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Arminius. Now Arminius has got 11 Spartans, 5 armoured hoplites and 4 light cavalry. Okay, for those of you that might not have seen the difference between Spartans there, okay, there's his 11 Spartans and there's his 5 armoured hoplites. If we have a close look there, you'll see how different they look. Obviously the Spartans with their red cloaks there, and there's the armoured hoplites. The armoured hoplites are quite solid infantry, mind, but obviously not as good as Spartans. And then you've got the light cavalry here as well. These are handy for running around the battlefield, hitting archer units or smashing in the back of tired attacking troops. So you know, they're pretty good to have in your army. That would be a tried and tested Arminius Greek cities army there. Okay, and our next teammate is GoTW Romex. Now Romex has got 10 chosen swordsmen, 1 druid and 6 chariots. Okay, if you have a look here at his chosen swordsmen, you'll see that they've got good upgrades on there. You'll see they've got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And to say these chosen swordsmen have got great morale, excellent morale, just like urban cohorts, and with good upgrades on. I think they're very underestimated infantry, as we've talked about in the past there. Okay. And then you've got the druids. Now remember that most barbarian faction units have got low morale, so to bring a morale boosting unit like a druid unit is a really good tactical move, and that's really good with Romex to do that, boosting the morale of his troops. And here you can see he's got the barbarian warlord chariots. Now Britannia's got 2 lots of chariots. They got the heavy chariots, which are about 580 denarii for 3 hit points, or these barbarian warlord chariots that are over 1,000 denarii, but you get 5 hit points. And over the years I've tried both chariots, and I would always recommend these barbarian warlord chariots. The 5 hit points really do make a difference on the battlefield. And I say Romex is a veteran RTW player, and he knows that already, and that's why he's bought the barbarian warlord chariots. And remember, these guys don't run amok. When they rout, they just leave the battlefield like any other unit. And as we've seen in so many battles in the past, chariot units that run amok kill both friend and foe alike. So that would be a tried and tested GoTW Romex army there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen with his faction of choice, Carthage. Now he's got 16 Sacred Band Spearmen and 3 Skirmisher units. If you notice here, he's got 8 upgrades on his Sacred Band units. And remember, these Sacred Band Spear units are really tough, but you put good upgrades on them, and that kind of makes them almost like super infantry there. And then he's got 3 skirmisher units that can throw those little spears. I'm guessing they're going to be in front of his main battle formation as kind of like pilot shield units there. So it'd be interesting to see how he uses that army there. And as I say, that is his faction of choice. He's got very, very good with Carthage now, and I've seen in several battles where he's actually kind of saved the day for the team that he's been in. So well done to him. Notice in his army, no cavalry. Okay, he never brings cavalry with his Carthage army. He just concentrates on the spearmen in Carthage there. Now, and our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. Now, I've got a very old Roman army here of just 13 infantry and 5 cavalry. A lot of you will know that usually I bring 14 or 15 infantry. Well, this is a very old army with only 13 infantry and 5 cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how this old army does in 2025 against really good opposition. Okay, so we've got a very, very diverse team here, which I think adds even more to the battle. You've got Arminius there with Greek cities. You've got GoTW Romex with Britannia. We've got Fesen with Carthage, and myself with Rome. And as I say, in this battle, I really want to show this battle because you're going to see a great teamwork attack in this battle, which I hope you'll find very interesting. And here is the other team. We have someone who's called himself Chinny Poo, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now he's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, but he's got a very unusual army build here. Can you see he's got a legionary first cohort eagle unit in front of his main army, and then he's got a lot or several of these light auxiliary units there as well to complement his urban cohort. So that is quite a diverse army he's got there, an unusual army build, I would suggest. And then he's just got 7 upgrades on his cavalry and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So I think that's quite an unusual army build for Scorpion King SR. Remember, this is a no archer, no head hurler, no slinger battle, okay? So if you're looking for archers, they weren't allowed in this battle. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Sultan. Now Sultan has got 14 pikes and 6 chariots. If you notice here, he's got 8 upgrades on his Pontus pikes, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and he's got that all the way through his battle formation there. So that's really good. And as I say, very long pikes there, and you can see he's got a wide battle formation there. Okay, not so much depth, but more a width there. And then we move on to the infamous chariots. Now remember what we've talked about these Pontus chariots before. Big attacking specifications, got a big fear factor, but if they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike and become a menace to both friend and foe alike. And I always say to people, if you don't feel confident or competent with chariots, you really need to think if you're going to bring them or not, because they are a real double-edged sword. So it'll be interesting to see how well Sultan does with them during the course of the battle. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Tabor. Now get ready for this. He's got 19 infantry and an armoured cavalry general. Okay, so 19 urban cohorts. I think from off the top of my head, they can throw something like 4,500 Pilas, something like that. So the firepower that Tabor's got in that army of 4,500 Pilas before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting, that could be a devastating army there. And then he's got the old-school armoured cavalry general. Remember, we all used to bring this as our Roman general up to about 16, 17 years ago, when most of us changed to an infantry general. So that is a bit of old school you're seeing there. But as I say, that is a massive amount of firepower there that he is bringing to the battlefield, and that could make a difference. We just have to wait and see. But wait till you see the next army. Okay, the next army is Brotherhood member Cormac. Okay, Cormac the Cruel. Now get ready for this. He's got 20 units of infantry, including 222-man eagle units there. So his army consists of 1,720 men. Yes, 1,720 men. And that means that they can throw, get ready for this, 5,160 armour-piercing Pilas before we even get into hand-to-hand fighting. I'll say that again, 5,160 armour-piercing Pilas this army could throw before they get into hand-to-hand fighting. Notice the old-school fan formation. Okay, you don't see this very often. I think he's the only player on Rome Total War to bring this now. If you notice here, he gets his eagle units and his general units at the back of the fan formation, giving them maximum protection so that they're all giving morale to the rest of his troops there. As I say, very old school, old-fashioned fan battle formation there. And as I say, I think Cormac is the only one to ever bring that formation now to the battlefield. So remember, 5,160 armour-piercing Pilas that he can throw. Plus, you got Tabor's infantry, 19 infantry there that can nearly throw the same. So this is going to be a real challenge for our team. And this should be a cracking battle for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at a couple of battle formations here. Now remember, we all build battle formations that suits our style of play. And this is Fesen's Carthage battle formation here that really suits his style of play. Can you see how he's double banked there at the front of his battle formation? So if it gets a bit heavy at the front, he can bring those units forward to support. If the enemy try a flanking attack, he's got a couple of Carthage units there to repel a flank attack there on both sides of his battle formation. Okay, and if the enemy come round the rear of his battle formation, if you notice there, so if they come round the rear, he's got those 4 units there that he can turn to face the threat of an attack coming in from the rear. So as I say, this battle formation really suits Fesen. Other people that try it might not like it, but it suits him, and he's got his skirmishers as Pilas shield units, I'm guessing there, in front of his main battle formation. So that's Fesen's kind of a tried and tested battle formation there. And now I'm going to take you up to Arminius's Greek cities factions there. Now can you see his battle formation? Now this is what I call a modern battle formation here for pikes and spears. You'll see a lot of modern players there. Can you see how the Spartans are in the front and the armoured hoplites in the back, and then the light cavalry in behind them? But that is what I call a modern battle formation, where I see a lot of players how they set their pikes and spears out these days. Be interesting to see how well Arminius does during the course of the battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see that our team are forming up here. You see how formed up by the side of Fesen's Carthage battle formation there. And you'll see our Britannia ally Romex has put his chosen swordsman in behind Fesen's infantry. And you'll see that Arminius is bringing his Greek city units over. Okay, just want to show you here the positioning of the Britannia chariots. See, Romex has positioned a couple of his chariots over on our far right flank to come in on the right of the enemy if and when they decide to attack us. And you'll see on the other side there, on the left flank, you'll see he's got chariots positioned as well, ready to counter any attack that's coming in on us there. Okay, remember this is a no archer, no slinger, no head hurler battle. So you can see that Scorpion King's put his line of Julii cavalry right in front of us there, knowing that we've got no missiles to kind of throw at him, you know, slingers, arrows or anything like that. And you can see the enemy infantry starting to advance on us there. And as I say, Tabor and Cormac between them, I think they got kind of getting on for 11,000 Pilas that they can throw into us between them before we even get into hand-to-hand fighting. So, you know, that could really make a difference in this battle. Okay, you can see here that Fesen has put 3 of his Sacred Band units out in front of his main battle formation. I'm not sure what the tactical thinking is behind that. I don't know if any of you can think of why he's done that at all. Please let me know if you can think of why he would have done that. Okay, at this still quite early stage of the battle here, you'll see that Tabor has advanced 5 units of his Britannia army forward there, probably with the view to throw Pilas into the front line of Fesen's Carthage Sacred Band units there. Okay. And as I say, you can see our Britannia ally is behind Fesen there. And what I'm thinking about doing here is when the enemy get closer to Fesen's battle formation here, is moving my infantry over so that my Pilas shield units can take the Pilas instead of his Sacred Band units there. Okay, this is a nice move here by Romex. Can you see he's moved his Druid unit forward to give extra morale boost to this Carthage ally there. Remember, morale boosting units don't just give extra morale to your army, but it gives morale to allies' army as well. Can you see here that Sultan is taking his Pontus pikes over there to go against Arminius is Spartans there. As I say, if you make a mental note here of how long those Pontus pikes are, okay, in comparison to the short spears of Sparta. So I'm guessing here that Arminius will not want to take on Pontus, and we may well see Arminius move his army away from those Pontus pikes there. Okay, but as I say here, I think the centre here of the battlefield could be very, very important, in fact pivotal. And as I say, I'm thinking about moving my battle formation basically into Fesen's battle formation so that I can soak up the Pilas with my Pilar shield units instead of his sacred band units. Okay, that's something that I'm thinking about doing. There they are. You can see me moving my SBQ or army across now. As I say, it's best for my Pilar shield units that are there to soak up enemy Pilas, to take the Pilas from the Julii and Brutii troops there, rather than Fesen's sacred band spearmen that are in close tight formation and will suffer a lot of casualties from all those Pilas. Okay, here you can see Fesen being extremely aggressive with Carthage. Now this is something you don't see very often, is it? A lot of people are very defensive with Carthage, but Fesen plays with Carthage so much now, he's got so confident with them that he feels that he's going to use their attacking specifications here to move into this massive 2 Roman armies of Tabors and Cormacs there. So he'll be taking a lot of pilot damage from those units there of the enemy team. You can see I've moved my SBQR army forward there, so now I'm in range and I can throw pilots into Cormac's red Julii army there. Okay, just pause the game for a second here. So as we thought, you see that Arminius is now moving his Spartans from the right flank over to the left flank. He doesn't really want to take on the long pikes of Pontus, but by moving his army over from the right flank to the left flank, can you see that our right flank is now very open to enemy attack? If Pontus and those Julii troops come round our flank, they could smash into the flank of Fesen's fighting infantry there. So I think Arminius, when he sees that, I think hopefully he'll put a Spartan wall there just to stop that from happening. But at the moment, he's moving all his troops over to the other flank. Okay, so as I say, you can see me moving my SBQR troops forward yet again to get in range of both the enemy Brutii and enemy Julii infantry there to throw my pilots in. Right, something really, really unusual that you don't see very often. Pontus chariots fighting Britannia chariots. How often do you see that in battle? Oh my gosh, Britannia barbarian warlord chariots fighting the Pontus chariots there. Oh my gosh, very, very rare. I would suggest that you would ever see that. Just look at those chariots smashing into each other. Oh my gosh, look at that wheel rolling. 3 wheels on my wagon. No, I must start singing. Right, you can see there that those chariots now really fighting each other, the Pontus and Britannia chariots. And there you are, you can see the elite Britannia warlord chariots have routed the 2 Pontus chariots there. One chariot is actually routed, the other one is now run amok. So well done to Romex there with those Britannia warlord chariots there, fighting those Pontus chariots. Over here, you can see that Arminius is Spartans there. He is now put into the enemy Brutii troops. And as I say, Fesen being very, very aggressive with his Carthaginians into Cormac's red Julii troops. And as I say, I've moved my SBQR army forward to start throwing pilas to weaken Cormac's troops there before we decide to do a massive attack. But as I say, look at our right flank. Look how open our right flank is there for Pontus and those Julii, enemy Julii troops to come round our flank there. Okay, our Britannia ally will not want to fight Pontus because, as we know, spears and pikes kill barbarian troops really quickly. So he won't want to take his Britannia army against Pontus. But here you can see Romex there throwing some of his chosen swordsmen into the fight against Cormac's red Julii infantry. Great teamwork move there by Romex. And don't forget, he's got his druid units there as well, giving extra morale to his allies. But as I say, here you can see the enemy team coming around our flank. But you can see, as I say, Fesen being really aggressive with his Sacred Band units. But as I say, you can see Pontus and Julii coming round our right flank now. If they hit us hard enough there, they could roll us up from right to left. So I'm guessing Arminius is going to see the danger and put a Spartan wall in there just to try and stop the enemy from hitting us in the right flank. We'll have to see what Arminius is going to do there, but that's what I think he'll probably do. If you notice here, I'm going to move even closer to the enemy troops with my SBQR army to throw more pilas in to weaken Cormac's army before we actually decide to launch a massive attack. just look at the thickness of that battle formation of Cormac's, that old school fan formation there. Okay, as I say, moving forward here just to get in range a little bit more with more of my units to throw Pilas in to weaken Cormac's infantry before we do this massive attack that you're going to see in a minute. Okay, but as I say, you can see me moving forward there, really got a lot closer to Cormac's Red Julia army there, where I'm going to be throwing in a lot of Pilas. Look how aggressive Fesen is being with his well upgraded Sacred Band Spearmen there. Okay, so as I say, I've moved closer to Cormac's army now, and I'm going to be throwing loads of Pilas into his units, into his close, tight units there. So they're going to suffer a lot of casualties there from my armor-piercing Pilas that I'm throwing in there. Okay, so this is a deliberate tactic here to try and weaken them before the main attack. Now Arminius, as I thought here, spotted the danger on our right flank and has now put a Spartan wall up there to try and slow down at least any attack coming in on our right flank. So nice move there by Arminius. Okay, and over here you can see Tabor here has faced units against the chariots of Romex there. So nice battlefield awareness there by Tabor. They're trying to neutralise the threat of the chariots. You can see Arminius has got spears here on our left flank, Spartan wall there, backed up by Britannia chosen swordsmen there to guard our left flank there. Okay, but as I say, here in the centre, this is where the battle is going to be won or lost. All right, and you're going to see that in just a minute, right? But you can see the Pontus General Sultan there bringing his Pontus pikes round there. You got Scorpion King's Julii infantry coming round our right flank as well. Okay, but the centre here, this is where the battle is going to be won or lost here. As I say, I've thrown most of my Pilas now into the Julii infantry. Okay, so get ready now for an old school, old-fashioned surge attack. So here you can see we've got Carthage units, as we saw earlier, plus Britannia units there pushing in on Cormac's infantry. Okay, so both Romex, chosen swordsman, and Fesen's a spearman there. So now is the time, I feel, for an old school, old-fashioned surge attack straight into Cormac's infantry. Okay, so watch my purple SBQR infantry surge forward and try and make big inroads into Cormac's Red Julii army. Right, see my SBQR troops surging forward there, and bang, as they go straight into the forward units of Cormac's infantry. Now watch the penetration of my SBQR infantry into Cormac's Julii units there. Okay, can you see my infantry surging in to that thick battle formation of Cormac's there? Okay, so there you are. You can see my purple SBQR troops in. Now what I normally do is ram home a surge attack with my cavalry, but I have to be very careful here because I don't want to suffer casualties on my enemy spears. Now if you notice there, Fesen's got units there and there, so his Sacred Band units, the spearmen there, and so there's a gap in between those units where I'm hoping to ram home my SBQR cavalry attack straight in to those Julii infantry there. Okay, so I want to get in that gap between the Sacred Band spearmen there. As I say, remember, friendly spears, if they're down, kill friendly cavalry. So I don't want that, and I don't want him to put his spears up because he'll suffer a lot of casualties there because he's actually in close combat. So what I want to do there, I'm going to try, as I say, ram home my infantry surge attack with my cavalry. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to do there. But look at the inroads that my SBQR infantry are already making into the Julii army there. Now don't forget, it's not just one surge, I'm surging over and over again. See my purple SBQR troops really making inroads into that Julii army. But watch my cavalry, because as I say, I'm going to try and ram home the attack with my cavalry there. Right, you can see my cavalry charging in there. Get ready for this. Bang! As they smash into that Julii infantry in that gap between Fesen's spearmen there. Can you see my cavalry now making big inroads in there, pushing my infantry further in to Cormac's Julii infantry there. Now watch this. This is a great team move here. All right, I just want to show you this. So You can see my SBQR infantry really making inroads into the Julii infantry there. You can see Fesen's infantry, his spearmen that have been fighting for a long time. Plus you can see the Britannian swordsmen of Romex as well. Alright, pushing in. But this is a great move. Romex now has brought his chariots from the other flank in behind the enemy troops, and he's now going to smash those chariots into the back of the Brutii and Julii enemy infantry there, just to finish off this team attack. I mean, what a fantastic team attack this is. Over here you'll see that Pontus chariots have got in behind us, plus you can see that Tabor has got some of his infantry in behind Arminius's infantry as well. So that is quite a dangerous position. But if we can do what we want to do in the center here, this could be a battle-winning team charge. Okay, over here you'll see that Arminius' light cavalry that he's had hiding in the woods, he's now bringing them out of the woods there. I think he had them hiding in the woods there, and he is also going to charge them into the back of Cormac's infantry there. Okay, so poor old Cormac's going to get smashed from the front and the rear here. Okay, get ready for this. Watch the Julii infantry. Watch the enemy Julii infantry here. The red Julii infantry. See the chariots going in, bang! And now comes the light cavalry. Okay, get ready for this. And the chariots as well. And bang! As they smash it in there. Oh my gosh, look at the red Julii infantry. Mass rout. Okay, that is a team attack that has caused a mass rout. Oh my gosh, and look at the chain rout all the way down the enemy troops here. Look at the Brutii troops have now chain routed. Okay, you don't see this very often in battle, but we routed the red Julii army of Cormac's. Okay, and then there's been a chain rout all the way down through Tabor's green Brutii infantry as well. Okay, what a massive chain rout that was. So there was a mass rout there of the of Cormac's Julii infantry, but that caused a mass chain rout of Tabor's infantry there. Can you see my infantry has actually smashed through the enemy Julii infantry there and have come out the back? That's the surge attack. That's the power of the surge attack there, straight through that. But what a team hit there. Greek cities, Britannia, chosen swordsman, sacred band, spearmen there, all hit poor old Cormac's infantry there. And of course he got hit in the rear by chariots and light cavalry as well. So as I say, I just wanted to show this battle to show what a great team attack can lead to there. Okay, so now we've just got Sultan's Pontus pikeman there now, and it wouldn't surprise me if he formed up into a defensive formation there. And you'll see that we need now to move up towards Sultan's pike formation here. As I say, my guess is now the only option that he's got is to form up into a defensive formation now as we move towards him. And there you can see Fesen's Carthage sacred band lining up there. We're just chasing down the routers at the moment with our cavalry, just so that they don't rally. Okay, you'll see my purple SBQR troops are a bit tired now, moving up towards them as well. But as I say, just look at the length of those Pontus pikes that we've got to try and fight down. Plus, you've got the Julii general, Scorpion King's general there, and another one of his units still fighting there. And of course, you've got, I think, enemy cavalry over there as well. So what we're going to look to do now is to try and take out this Pontus battle formation now that Sultan has formed up. Okay, and as I say, those are pretty long pikes that we've got to fight down to try and break into that battle formation, if you like. Okay, so here you'll see Fesen's Carthage sacred band guy. I think they're probably all tired. I'm guessing all my SBQR troops are tired as well. But here you'll see we're moving in now to attack the Pontus pikes. Now what I'm thinking here is I'm going to charge in with my SBQR troops to pin and hold those pikes. There you are. Can you see my SBQR troops charging forward there, just to try and pin and hold as many of those enemy pikes as I can. Okay, and you'll probably see the Carthage sacred band units of Fesen moving in as well. So there you are. You can see Carthage moving in. The Greek cities are already attacking on the other flank. Okay, so what I'm thinking now is I'm going to ram home this attack with what I've got left of my cavalry. You can see us really pushing in here to the Pontus pikes. And you can see we got reinforcements over here, both Britannia chosen swordsmen and those Spartan units there that we can bring into the fray if we need to. But over here you'll see I've got some very, very battle damaged cavalry there. But as I say, what I'm looking to do is to try and ram home our attack and try and spark a mass rout if I can by hitting the Pontus pikes with my cavalry. Okay, but you'll see my infantry is really pushing into those pikes in kind of like a surge attack again, which I'm throwing into those pikes. And I'm backed up here by Carthage Sacred Band Spearmen there. Okay, you can see them all pushing in, all of us pushing in there on those Pontus pikes. Now just watch my SBQR cavalry in a minute. Don't forget you got the fear factor of the Britannia chariots there, taking morale away from those Pontus pikemen there. Right, here comes my SBQR cavalry. Now I haven't got a lot of it left, but I'm going to concentrate it on one point of the enemy battle formation here. You can see my cavalry coming in there. I'm going to try and ram home this attack that we're putting in. Get ready for this. Bang! As my cavalry smashes in to the enemy Pontus pikes. So I'm going to keep pushing my cavalry and infantry through there. Push, push, surge attack there, straight through there. Trying to push into those pikes, trying to get a mass rout going here. You can see all my allies charging in as well. Carthage Sacred Band, Britannia chosen swordsman there, and all of us, another great team attack there onto the Pontus pikes. And as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. But I just want to show this battle to show how good, if a team works together and has a battle plan, how well it can work. Here you can see a lot of enemy dead Brutii troops there. As you move across the battlefield here, you can see more intense fighting here. I think that's where the Brutii infantry was attacking Arminius is Spartans there. Over here you can see a lot of dead troops, including chariots, where those chariots got in behind us there. And as you move across the battlefield there, you can see the intensity of the fighting there, as usual, by the massive piles of dead as we move in closer there. And over here, look, that is where a massive cavalry battle looks like it happened there. Look. Massive cavalry battle there. But let's say you can just see the intensity of the fight in there. Another battle there that you can see chariot wheels that have rolled off. And over here, that's where the Britannia chariots were fighting the Pontus chariots, as we saw earlier. Very, very rare to see, I think, Pontus chariots fighting Britannia chariots. Though I think a lot of people probably haven't ever seen that before. And as I say here, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. And just a few, I'm guessing the enemy will, any units that are left now, I'm guessing the enemy will admit defeat. And the battle will be over. I always think at this stage of the battle, when it's obviously lost, it's always best just to admit defeat. And you know, let's get back into the lobby and get another battle going. That's what I always think at this stage of the battle. When obviously it's lost, no point in carrying on fighting. Just let's get back in the lobby for a new battle. Okay, first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. I was surprised it was a clear victory there. I thought it might have edged into average there, so we must have just got into clear. Highest kills in the game unusually goes to myself there. Very pleased with those kills, because if you look at the size of my Roman army in comparison to other Roman armies in this battle, you'll see I've got the smallest Roman army by far, if you notice that, and yet I've still managed to get the highest kills. But remember, the only way that I've got those kills is by how well my teammates played. Remember, the way they played enabled me to get the highest kills there. So well done to the team there, really well done. And that's what's got me the highest kills there. So well done to Scorpion King SR. He'll be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills there, but he was very aggressive and very attacking with his army. Well done to Sultan, got well over 1,000 kills there, so well done to him. Good kills. Well done to Tabor. He'll be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills with that massive army. He got 19 infantry. And Cormac will probably be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills as well with that massive army that he had as well. But really well played, guys. Nice aggressive attacking by you. So really well done. Well done to Fesen with his faction of choice. Got some great kills there with Carthage there. So really well done. Well done to GoTW Romex. Got some good kills with Britannia. Well done to him. And well done to Arminius with Greek cities. Got some really good kills with his Spartans there as well. So really well played, guys. Now what about faction advantage? Do you think either team had faction advantage? They got Rome, Pontus, Rome and Rome. I think that's quite a strong combination. And we got Rome, Carthage, Britannia and Greek cities. I think that's pretty strong as well. So I'm not sure if any of you think either team had a faction advantage, but I just wanted to show this battle because I thought that team attack in the center of the battlefield, you would find that quite interesting, because did you see how we all worked together to smash through the enemy infantry right in the middle of the battlefield there? So I just hope you found that interesting. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. You know, it's always interesting to read what you think. Okay, this is Spartan Commander saying hope to see you on RTW soon. We play every Friday, Saturday and Sunday night, and see you soon.